This is Luke Rudkowski of WeAreChange.org out here in Los Angeles, California, and I'm joined by the one and only Mike Cernovich, an incredible individual who just came out of nowhere. I mean, in September, he reached 100 million people on Twitter alone. Hillary's health wouldn't be an issue if it wasn't for Mike. Mike has really just came out of nowhere. Where did you come from? What happened?
I'm new to journalism. How you doing, guys? Yeah, I just got tired of reading lies, and I figured if you don't want to make change in the world, who else is going to? So I got tired of complaining about what I was reading and said, well, why don't I just cover the stories that I want to see?
Now, it's been an incredible rise of kind of alternative media. Now, I know a lot of people talk about how horrible it is and the censorship we're dealing with, but really, ultimately, we have to say this has been an incredible time where, you know, one person could speak truth and it resonates if it's powerful enough all over the world with no censors at all. How have you personally seen this through your experiences? What were the kind of biggest effects that you've seen through your work?
Right now, we're in the golden era of alternative media because there's a monopoly on media hoaxes, there's a monopoly on narratives, and if you read the New York Times, Boston Globe, Washington Post, BuzzFeed, Vox, Gawker, they're all telling the same stories. But right now, we're at a coffee shop, there's a camera, there's a microphone here. If you want to do journalism and you want to tell the stories that the hoaxing media won't tell, it's a golden era for you.
It's really beautiful, especially in this election cycle, which is like a circus. I mean, Anthony Weiner's dick pics today is reinvestigating Hillary Clinton. I mean, you couldn't make this stuff up. This is like House of Cards mixed in with some like weird, crazy comedy show. You've been covering this very intently. Today's revelation is just insane. Where do you see it going, and how do you see it unfolding with just everything that Hillary has been dealing with? I mean, she's like Teflon. She's dealing with all these scandals so well. How do you see her coming out of this, and do you see her still rigging this election?
The Clintons, if you'll remember, with Bill Clinton, there was always a scandal. There was the Whitewater thing. They're very corrupt people. Drama always follows them. So I knew that it was going to be a good year. The Anthony Weiner drama, for those of you tuning in, right now, Hillary's missing emails have been found because Anthony Weiner is under investigation for sending pornography to a 15-year-old girl. I couldn't even script that. As crazy as it is, I could never have predicted that.
And then these guys are playing the moral high ground. These guys are playing like, yeah, we're the best leader. I mean, come on. Like, it's just, But again, you've been covering Hillary very intently. What do you think are just some of the biggest revelations that people need to know right now about her?
Well, the biggest revelation is that a vote for Hillary is a vote for the same thing. It's a vote for corruption. It's a vote for the status quo. But the big thing is they are so corrupt. I don't know how anybody can tolerate selling arms to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia funds ISIS. They fund terrorism. They imprison gays. Women are abused. Hillary Clinton and Qatar as well. Qatar and Saudi Arabia would launder money to Bill Clinton to bribe Hillary Clinton, and then she would sell arms to the Saudis. To me, that's beyond the pale.
I actually talked to Hillary about that too, and I asked her, you know, she ultimately supported all these radical Islamic terrorists in Syria and in Libya, and without them, ISIS wouldn't exist. And when I asked her about that, all she could do was laugh and then call Secret Service on me, which was nuts and insane. And I definitely agree with you. To me, what happened in the Middle East, what happens with Saudi Arabia in the United States is the most unspoken, censored issue and the most important issue, because just the pure amount of pain and suffering those policies cause the large amount of people in the Middle East is just infuriating. It's insane. Now, when it comes to this year's election, how do you see it unfolding? Because I know it's impossible to predict. This election has been just a roller coaster. But from your expertise, because since you had your pulse on this for so long, where do you see this going?
I always thought Trump was going to win because the media has attacked him and lied about him and done everything they can to lie about Trump supporters. The media has been misreporting the polls. If you'll notice today, the polls have gotten tighter. They had been rigging polls to make it look like Trump was way further behind than he was in order to suppress the Trump vote. Trump takes this election November 8th.
Wow. All right, we'll definitely see. But it's always interesting, every election, even last year when Romney was pretty much the clear loser, they also kind of tightened the polls. They also kind of manipulated the polls to make it look like he was losing, he was winning, they were close. It's kind of like a big PR scandal. But my last question that I wanted to ask you that I think is very important, because from the kind of philosophical journalistic perspective, journalists are supposed to be unbiased. They're not supposed to be favoring one political candidate over another because they see that as a detriment. How do you respond to those kind of criticisms against your work?
I am pro-Trump, and I fully disclose that I'm a pro-Trump person. And if you want to read journalism about Trump that is going to be critical of Trump, don't read me. You should read somebody else. What is important to readers, all readers know, especially young people and news people know that everybody is biased. Disclose it. Every journalist should disclose who they vote for, who they're supporting, and then you read both sides. So I would say read the hoaxing media about Trump, and then read what I have to say, and the truth is going to be probably in the middle.
Mike, thank you so much for your honesty, because the mainstream media, obviously, they claim to be unbiased, they claim to be independent, but obviously they do have, and they're just quiet about it. They won't tell you. Independent media, real media, will. Thank you again so much for watching. Mike's information will be in the description below. Thank you so much again, Mike, and don't forget to subscribe. We're going to have a lot more election coverage coming here your way on youtube.com/we are change.